Hi Fems, I am Violette de Ayala. I'm the founder and CEO of FemCity, and you are joining me today for FemCity TV, your home for soulful business advice. And we just wrapped up an amazing panel here in South Florida, all about the money vibe. And my beautiful friend Nikki Novo was on the panel. She is one of my favorite inspirational friends. She is the author of The Final Swipe. You can find it on Amazon bestseller, and she's just amazing. So she's just amazing. But she was on the panel and we were talking about the psychology of money and the energy connected to money. She's also an a relationship coach guru. So this is like her specialty, her expertise is in this arena. And I thought it'd be great for us to share a little bit about what you were talking about, the connection between gratitude and the energy to financial wealth and abundance, so that we can learn from that and kind of start shifting ourselves and preparing ourselves for that next great step in business.
Yeah, so in the panel we were talking a lot about really understanding where your money's coming from. So a lot of times we don't think about where it's actually coming from. We think it's, coming from a person, but for the most part, it's coming from, there's some sort of stream that you believe it's coming from, whether it be energy or God or a person, whatever you think. And you really have to think about if you feel like you deserve that, or what your relationship to that is. Sometimes I see that a lot of people have that relationship tied into their relationship with their parents. So kind of like, I have to work really hard to prove myself because that's what my father taught me. So that's how I understand and experience money. Or I'm never going to make a lot of money because I didn't choose to be an attorney or a doctor and I chose to do my passion. So really looking at that relationship. And then the second thing is understanding the connection to gratitude and abundance. I think a lot of times we don't want to be super grateful because we think that will plateau us. I think It's almost like we are superstitious about it. Like, but if I say I'm thankful for like this life right now, am I going to get more? And it's like, that's really funny, but we do that. And the truth is, like, acknowledging what we have right now is the thing that actually opens the door to making it come in a little bit easier. We still have to work, of course, but acknowledging what we have is then we start to see more of what's coming in, and that's how we open up the doors to receiving more.
That's a great point. And I think also sometimes we get into that non-gratitude point. Like you were saying, like if you say that you're grateful for this and that maybe that might be it, like that's when you plateau. Yeah. But at the same time, like when we do open up our eyes to the abundance that we currently have, it makes us more aware of it. And I feel like I always say it's like we were looking for a Fiat, we were going to buy a Fiat years ago, and when I started thinking about it, I started seeing it. And then start seeing more of it. It's the same thing, like when you start thinking about the gratitude and all the beautiful opportunities, you start recognizing it more and more, and it creates a really beautiful pattern in your life.
Right, exactly, and just bringing it in.
Any other tips you want to share? About money vibe or energy or I mean, it's like there's just so much out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, those of us who practice some spirituality and some manifestation, I think there's a little bit of a misconception with manifestation.
So
we talked about this recently, and I think that a lot of times, especially the younger ones of us, we think that like, if I could just manifest money, right? Like it sounds like this amazing thing that I can just believe in and think about it and visualize it. And while we're all about that stuff, there's also a big part of the process which is inspired action, which means getting your butt into gear and doing the work.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of times we get hard on ourselves because things are not coming fast enough, because we want it on our own time, and we're like, I must be manifesting wrong. But the truth is that you have to plant the seeds and do it as if it's coming, even if it's going to come 10 years or it's going to come in 2 days. But really doing that work so that when the opportunity does come, you're open and you're ready for it and you can jump on it. I remember probably like
That's a huge topic.
Like 10 years ago, I sat down with Violet and we had just met. And I was like leaving my editorial work to start doing this work, and Violet was like, I see you. You're going to be big. Like, like probably like 10, 11 years from now. And I'm like, what? And I was so mad because I thought, I could manifest this. I've been doing this spiritual stuff, and they tell me that I can manifest
tomorrow,
things
in an hour.
Like, I heard that's how it happens.
Yeah.
And Violet was like, no, like 10, 11 years. I was like, so anyways, we're at 10 years, guys.
And she's big, and she's huge, and so it worked out. So I'm prophetic. But it does take time, and I think we do see that a lot with FEMS as well, where we take that, lesson, that training, that course, we hire that coach, and they're like, manifest, and you'll have it within an hour. That universe has no time, that it runs on another clock. But the reality is then opportunity comes to them, and they don't pass it, they pass it away because they think the opportunity is going to become packaged in the way that they're expecting it. But generally, opportunities come to you through relationships and packaged in ways that you would never expect. That's how it works, really.
100%.
So that's
100%.
That could be like 4 hours.
We could talk about that forever.
4 hours long. So thanks so much, Nikki, for being a part of
you.
today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Fems.